quotas. Lucky for you, I don't understand why they removed the diagrams for quotas. Actually, the diagram for quotas is more interesting than the tariff and subsidies. When I was in foundation, I have to study that diagram. You want to look at the diagram, although it's not in your syllabus. It's involving Kinkert. What's Kinkert's supply curve this time? Just to show you lah, it's not going. I'm not going to cover this. That was Kinkert demand curve. This is Kinkert's supply curve. Sure, look at this. This is the supply curve. Like that, go horizontally, then go up. Wow, it will be more interesting, but too bad lah. I think y'all feel too much in quotas, so they removed the diagrams. Okay, because there's no diagrams, we straight go to effects of quotas. All right, for the quotas, same thing. We have the direct, we have the indirect. But since you cannot see the diagrams, mostly in here it will be indirect. Okay, a share of some shares of domestic market. This one is for them to plan early. Because what is good about quotas is every year they really set a quota. You already know how much share you get from the market. What's the pie chart, right? What's the pie? What's the size of pie you get? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah. So they can plan in the long run. Easier for them to plan, right? Is reduced supply from overseas. It will increase the price of imported goods. This one is the direct effect. And also increase the selling price. Okay, quotas has similar effects with tariff. Okay, since you limit the quantity, what happened to the price of the products? Scarcity, the price will go up. Okay, make sense? What is scarcity? What's scarcity in BM? What's scarcity in BM? Don't know, forgot. Very good, very good. At least you forgot all your BM terms, so that you can focus on English. Another indirect effect is consumers may refuse to wait and opt for local products, right? So this is good in terms of for citizens. It's not really good for a royal family because they still want imported products, right? It used to be the case. Do you know why? How many of you know what's the story between your ex-prime minister Tun Mahathir and Johor Sultan? How many of you know that the story? Hmm? That can be one. Another one is when the Johor Sultan was a prince, Johor prince. That time Tun Mahathir is still the prime minister. So there are certain quotas for royal family to import cars. Johor Sultan liked cars, sport cars. So on that year, he imported more than his quota. Like initial royal family is five cars. He imported like 10 or 20 cars, super cars, right? So Mahathir confiscated the 15 cars and left over the 5 cars for him only. So he really hate Mahathir until now. You don't understand the passion about boys toward cars one. You don't understand it seriously, right? Okay, just like when you look at shiny objects, bling 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 like that. I also don't understand, right? Why you love this shiny stuff? Okay. Okay. Now we will move on. This is just some effects for quotas. We'll move on to reasons for protectionism. Reasons for protectionism also means reasons against what? Any idea? Reasons for protectionism equals to reasons against what? Against what? Trade. What do you say? Opposite of protect is what? Opposite of protectionism is what? Opposite of protectionism is what?
Liberalization.
Free trade, yeah. Liberalization of free trade. Make sense? Make sense? Do you know there was one year I used this instead of this? They complain that I never teach up. Students. You yourself cannot twist your mind, then you complain lecturer never teach. What's the difference? Reasons for and reason against. Then they say they cannot write. They cannot write their essay because Mr. Nathan never teach. Nonsense. Right? So actually they are same. So now I have to even speak it out for you. You know, everything I have to tell you. Okay, this is the same. Remember, I can use free trade against free trade or for protectionism. Does it make sense? What is for? English test. What's for? Support. Makes sense, right? Let's support against. Okay, makes sense. So reasons for protectionism. First thing, infant industry. First reason, because they say that they just found out that this baby has potential, has the competitive advantage. But we need time for them to develop. This is what they say to Proton like 35 years ago, 50 years ago. Until now, your Proton is still a baby. Never grow up. Right. So they need to protect, they need to put subsidies, they need to put quotas, they need to protect, use the tariff to protect the cars until now. Okay, because of that, they are supporting protectionism. First thing. Second reason, protection of employment. They say by protecting the local industries, it will boost employment because now the local will have sales, they increase the labor, hiring, and so on. Make sense? Make sense?
So decrease unemployment rate.
They say, like I say, all these reasons for me are excuses. Reasons are excuses. Okay? So they say it will increase. I can also argue it's not. Yeah. Right. I can also argue it's not. Does it make sense? Make sense, huh? If you protect them, right, for example, they will hire more accountants, maybe. What accountants do in accounting statement? Accountants, please answer. They change the numbers from positive to negative. This is what they are specialized in. Why they change the numbers for? So that they want to prove to the government that they are not earning money. Then they can claim more subsidies. Right? So how to make sure I also make losses at the same time I'm earning money? I can fire the workers. I say, oh, I want to prove that I'm making losses, so I fire workers. It can be one, right? There are many ways to talk about. You can say like, let's just now I say you can use technology, right? I can buy a lot of expensive stuff. Then I make losses. Then because now I have to pay installment for my machines, then I fire the workers, right? Last time your government department bought a device. This device has a very good name. The government department say a device that can act as a time machine with sub-zero function and can be automatically AI enabled adjusting temperature. What is this? They bought this for 20,000. Do you know what is this? Do you know what is this, ladies and gentlemen? Fridge. They bought a 20,000 fridge and they put a very glorious name. It's a time machine because it can stop your food from expiring. Does it make sense? This is what the government do, right? Government department just write this description very nice. I think they employ a poet or something to come up with a glorious name. But in the end, it's just a fridge. A fridge costs 2,000, then they claim for 20,000. Right? Okay. The next one, this one I need more time to discuss. You need to know what's dumping first. Do you know what's dumping?
Wasting resources.
Wasting resources. No. Dumping is an act, right? Write down. It's an act to sell the products or services at a lower price than the local products. Okay. So this is dumping. I want to sell my products lower than your local products price. Even I'm making losses, I still want to do that. Why?
So this is done by imported goods,
yes, by foreign countries' goods. Why? Why they want to do that?
They want to kill off our domestic economy.
Yes. But is it just kill off? Yeah. Does it make sense? Assuming this is what? Ramly Burger. And this is McDonald's. By the way, international student, Ramly Burger refers to our local made burgers, which has more grease, more fat, maybe not so hygiene type of burger, but is, according to Malaysian, it's like tastier than McDonald's. Right? So Ramly Burger. Ramly Burger sell at what price? 5 ringgit, for example. McDonald's sell at 1 ringgit. Why McDonald's want to sell at 1 ringgit? So the locals will switch to the imported. Once all this Ramly Burger become GG, the term that you like so much, McDonald's will suddenly increase the price to 20 ringgit. So it become monopoly. Okay, that's the dumping. Okay.
But how can sustain with just 1 ringgit by itself?
This is how they are making losses in this country, then they take the profit from another country that they really monopolize in to help this, to help to cover this until they get rid of the competition. This is most famously done by China. Scout, most famous done by China. Donald Trump used this as an excuse to protect their industries. Donald Trump last time say China is always dumping their products at a cheaper price. Actually, it's just because China has their competitive advantage on cheaper labor. But they want to say because you want to purposely eliminate our competition, right? Please take note, although dumping mostly come from China, please do not confuse it with dumpling. You laugh, right? One of your senior, right? What? Another method of, another reason for protectionism is Chinese dumpling. I really don't know what should I say.
Then if what, like let's say we write this example. But then if we wanna say like give examples that we use like this example.
You can use dumpling. Chinese dumpling. Wow, then it will be very hard for me to read. Yeah, not bad. Then I don't know whether to use. You can use any Chinese products. You can think about Chinese phones, Chinese clothing, Chinese shoes, but not McDonald's because McDonald's is not from Chinese unless you want to use US dumping, for example. Okay, make sense? Make sense? Don't write Chinese dumpling, all right? Can or not? Can promise. I don't want to laugh at your script when I'm marking. I'm very serious one, but I'm always laughing. Okay, next one is diversification. Like Singapore, right? Singapore, they like to diversify, although diversify is water. 99% of water is imported from Malaysia. But Singapore are worried that although they don't have competitive advantage in water production, they're worried that what if one day Malaysia decided to cut off the pipe? Just like that, too. Because now we are selling it at a very cheap price. Do you know that? It's like 1,000 gallon at 3 cents. They signed the contract since 1957. Something like that. Oh my God. I don't know why they signed a stupid contract. And it's for 100 years. So until now, it's not yet. They still cannot increase the price until now. 1,000 gallon for 3 cents. Something like that. Then they make it in the mineral water and sell it for 2 ringgit per 500 ml. Okay, Singapore water. So what they do now? They have the rainwater harvesting, right? This one they are still good at. They also have the sewage filter water. Sewage, you know? You know sewage? You know? They filter water, right? Then all the ministers gather in front of press conference. We are going to drink this water in front of you, to prove that this water is clean. All the Singapore ministers gathered that in the end, right? No one dared to drink the water. Then they call off this. But they still want to diversify, although they don't have competitive advantage because they're worried about war, for example, politics reasons. They don't get the thing that they used to have, right? Because they specialize in what? Singapore specializes in what? Financial service. Make sense? All the international finance, gold, silver, shares, even Grab, our own company listed in Singapore, right? But they don't specialize in this raw materials primary sector. But they still want to have some in case Malaysia suddenly don't want to friend Singapore anymore. Right, this is diversification.
How is it bad? Diversification.
I don't say it's bad. I just say this is one of the reasons. This is one of the excuses I use. Oh, I'm still producing some water just in case. You know? These are reasons. I never say it's bad or good.
But it's good. I still didn't understand why can it.
Why diversification is important? Think about Russia and US, for example. Russia produce what? Corn, flour, for example. Right? US don't produce. Right? So if US don't produce and Russia suddenly have war with Ukraine, then US don't have corn and flour. You know they always eat what? Cornflakes, ma? No cornflakes for them. Too bad. They always eat what? Bread. No bread for them. They will die, no. So they're worried. Because of that, even they don't have this specialization, they want to produce a little bit. Then they protect them by using some barriers like the tariff, the subsidies, and quotas. Okay, so they still do a little bit of corn farming and some wheat farming to make sure that they still have some food if in case what this happen, right? Although they don't have the competitive advantage. This is why they want to protect the not so good industry. Okay. The third last one is balance of payment. They say, but actually everything is arguable. I told you before, everything is arguable. You can just write the opposite, right? They say it will lead to balance of payment, which means imports equals to exports. Why is that? Because when you protect the local one, local will get more sales, right? So the imports will get lesser sales, so it will become lesser until it will be equal to exports, so they get balanced. But this one is also arguable. I can also argue that people will retaliate. When people retaliate, exports will also decrease. So really up to you how you want to write, right? And this one is cheap foreign labor. They argue why I protect my industry because your country keep on using cheap foreign labor. Your country is using child labor. It's against human rights. Does it make sense? So I want to protect is very high because we are using normal adults. We pay them good salary. You pay child few sweets and you call them salary. Something like that. So they say this is more like politics, politics reasons. You can also argue that in terms of there are too many illegal workers, blah, 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 right? They're using illegal workers to work, so you get a cheaper price. And then because of that, I want to ban your products from coming in, right? Because quotas and embargoes can work hand in hand as well. The last one is the weakest one, is buy local made. I ban your products, your country's product, because I want to encourage them to buy more local products. Okay, that's the excuse they give. Does it make sense? Cool. Any question? No, I move on. For arguments against these two look similar. So take note, one is allocation within one industry, one is misallocation across industries. For argument against, you must also remember that arguments against protectionism is equals to arguments for free trade. Make sense? So please don't tell that I never teach. Ladies and gentlemen. First one is inefficient resources. Because the government protect you, it make you inefficient, make your industry inefficient. You spend a lot of money on some device that can control a sub-zero temperature, which is useless, it's just a fridge, right? You bought something, a lot of firms in Malaysia, they got subsidies from the government. After that, what they do? They pay themselves a handsome bonus, right? They don't care about whether the employees got food or not. They just continue to spend in some wasteful products. They just develop some crap. Yeah, crabs. Not crabs, like crab. Okay, for example, how many of you know that Malaysia has local computers brand? They used to subsidize the computing industry in Malaysia. And this brand is known as FTech. FTech. This brand is future technology. But this future technology has no future. That's why I got bankrupt. That's why now you never see this brand anymore. I bought one, no. Initially I wanted to support, right? Wow, this is great. Like first local computer in Malaysia. First day I bought back, right? The battery already depleted. I have to continue using my power adapter to continue to charge the battery for 24 hours. Still useless. You really useless computer, wasting my money. Right, this FTech, huh? It's considered the same price, but I can get more RAM, more hard disk, more Intel processor. Huh? Now I will not tell, otherwise it will reveal my age. Okay. You smell until like that. Okay? Because I subsidize. So what they do, similar to Proton, copy some parts, copy something, then just put in. So this is how they allocate the resources inefficiently. Second one is misallocation of resource. Misallocation of resource is to industry, like the Nihong case just now. Remember the Nihong example? So that one is misallocation. Okay, this is they only have one son. If you only have one son, what happened? Asian, come on. If you only have one child, what happened? I throw all my resources to this. I hope that he can become good. In the end, this son become what? Playboy lah, playgirl lah, wasting money lah, burn money under the hot pot lah to show off the money and so on. You know what I mean? Become wasting resources. This one have two sons, two industries to take care, but misallocation. I use the resources on the wrong place. This one is I waste all the resources. Okay, so it's different. Huh? Third one is inflationary. Already argue with you. It can be demand pull, it can be cost push. Okay, but this one you must be careful a little bit. Which type of protectionism you can use inflationary effects? Which one? No, which two? Not subsidies. Tariff and quotas, you can write here for inflationary. Okay? Subsidies just now, why? The price never go up. So you can use subsidies. So when you write examples, must be very careful. Does that make sense? I just write it down for you in case you don't know. Nihong, you like my example just now? Like, is your brother better than you or worse than you? Same. Oh my god. The mother wasted two times the resources. Okay. So I just want to write down. Hey, what I want to write down already. For inflationary, right? You can only write about tariff. You can use tariff as an example or quotas. Cannot use subsidies. Make sense? Because subsidies will not increase the price. All right? So some arguments you must be very careful what type of examples you are using. For this one, redistribution of income, same thing. Only two can use. Which two? And only tariff and subsidies. You can use this, right? But even then, right? Even then, you must be careful about who gain and who lose. Who gain and who lose. The parties are a little bit different, all right? This one, redistribution of income. Can see right from here. Next one would be reduce incentive to innovate. I already told you that. Right, I gave you the FTech example. I gave you the Proton example. You can use other stuff, right? As well. And reason again, protectionism. Low standard of living. Okay, standard of living. Normally we have to use what to explain? Hari? For standard of living, normally we have to use what to explain?
Choices.
Yes. So now you have to talk about what?
How much of choices are there?
Because you said protectionism, I don't get to choose imported goods. This means that what? I have
only local.
No Starbucks, no McDonald's, almost nothing. You know what I mean? So what are you doing? If you don't have Starbucks, drink coffee, Hippo white coffee, lower standard of living, right? After, if you don't have McDonald's, what you eat? Ramly burger, eat bread, lower standard of living. You have lesser and lesser choice, leading you your quality of living. Make sense?
incentive, right?
This reduce incentive?
Link to the reduced incentive because they don't have this incentive to innovate new products.
Also, yeah, because you can link everything. I told you can link everything, right? If you want to link, due to they have no choice but to choose your products, why I need to innovate? If your demand curve become perfectly inelastic, what is inelastic? Never mind, I don't want to talk about my micro. If you don't have choice anymore, you can only choose what? Barriers instead of other chocolates. Why the barriers need to innovate in different flavors? Why I need to have this nuts, that nut, that nut? Why I just give you original? You just eat if you want. If you don't want to eat, don't eat That's all. Why I need to give you more choice? Who cares? You can only choose to eat the local chocolate or don't eat chocolate. That's all. Don't eat chocolate. Some people choose not to eat. Yeah. Yeah. So they will still eat. So lowest standard of living. Right? And more foreign investment. This one. This one is a long story. Do I have time? Why, when we have more protectionism, right, it will lead to more foreign investment? More country will become local country. What is that? How they come in? They will invest and then become the local. No, they cannot become the local company. Because of dumping. Not because of dumping. Then they are still foreign company. You think what? McDonald's, if McDonald's get rid of Ramly Burger, is McDonald's a foreign company or local company? Still foreign company. They still don't get the benefit. They invest in local company. Make sense? For example, Proton. Proton is now owned by Geely. 50%. Does it make sense? Geely bought over, actually it's 49 because Malaysia don't allow any foreign company to buy local companies more than 49%. So it's 49.99 to be exact. It's a law, right? So if you want to own the company here, you can only own until 49.99%, right? But as a Malaysian, do you still think that Proton is a local car? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We still think Proton is a local car. So Proton still get the incentive, still get the subsidies, still get protectionism. Does it make sense? Okay. When GD see this, right, see Proton, wow, this car company is making losses, but got a lot of subsidies, and the subsidies can even cover all the losses and earn profit. So it will invite the foreign companies to come in to buy the shares of this company, and you still treat this company as local. This shows that why is it bad now? Economists argues that this is not good for economy because it will encourage more foreign investment owning the local companies. Okay, owning local companies. In the end, we don't have any local companies left, right? The last one is economies of scale cannot be achieved. Initially, we say that economies of scale is good for international trade. When we open up our economy, we can sell it to 8 billion people. We're going to achieve 8 billion very soon. Seriously, by 2023, 8 billion people. My God, China and India.
You say here.
Huh? Yeah. Of course, she can hear. China is like, but India is going to take over next year, become the number one most populated. Huh? Only in terms of population. In terms of technology, no. Yeah. Okay. So if we block them, right, we put a barrier in the country, then they can only sell back to 33 million people. That's all. So because they will also retaliate, does it make sense? They cannot sell to overseas, and then they cannot achieve their economies of scale. This will increase their average cost, and in the end, both of them will also lose. Okay? Now let me assign your Monday lecture. Actually, my orientation is 1 until 2:30. Do you want to come at 2:30 so that we continue class? I'm okay on. I just need to walk from JC Hall to here. For July intake? 3 to 5. Some people will have class 1. I assign the episode first. To be honest, I can't remember which episode is foreign. Okay. Before I go, right, I think you all watch the episode regarding foreign investment yourself. Foreign investment. All this foreign direct investment, foreign portfolio investment, and other investment. I will start back at exchange rate. I start at exchange rate. If you have any question, I think exchange rate is more important, obviously. Okay. The episodes are all in the September Sem 2 intake episodes. You can go to this. Hey, put in your general, right? Yeah. Also very important, ladies and gentlemen. Foreign investment is also very popular. I think it's between, I can't remember. I'll try lecture 41 onwards. Lecture 41 onwards. Just read all the, no, just watch all the recording for foreign investment. Let's try one. Don't run first. Hello? Lost contact. Let me check. Oh no, this one is still opportunity cost. Hang on. Wow, internet is very slow. Protectionism again relates back to, oh, this is protectionism. So you all start from 43. Okay, should be 43. Watch this video. This is your homework. 43, 44. Let me see. Let me confirm one more time. We still have 1 minute, right? Don't worry. Oh, no. This one is still here. That's bad.
Use your resources efficiently.
I always use my resources efficiently, man. Do you see I even dragged my lecture before, but still cannot finish my teaching? Huh? I always drag my lecture, right? Oh, your fault lah. Ask me question during the. Oh, this one is exchange rate already, So it should be lecture 43, 44. Start from lecture 43, 44. Right? If you want to watch, you can also finish it. 45, 6, 7. That one is exchange rate. Okay? Okay, that's for your work. I will see you maybe on Monday 1:30 to 2:30 to 3, right? Anyone have any question want to ask me? I'll be in Summer Foundation Program Hub for Q&A for consultation, all right? I'll see you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Yeah. Oh, okay. What do you want? What do you want to